I am live on Flutin and on Facebook and on my Facebook page, as well as on YouTube and on Instagram. So you can hit me up on Instagram at handle Neushani, or on my profile on Facebook, or on the Freedom Lifestyle Creation page on Facebook, or on my YouTube channel. And I'm just double checking that we all live properly before we get going. Just one one brief change I am making. Let's see that. Okay. Are we now? Yes, we are. We are live now properly. So, hey, everyone that's watching it, let me know in the comments where you're watching it from, if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. Today, actually, I have a very exciting, like very relevant topic to speak about, and this is what I call Christmas shenanigans or holiday season shenanigans. So, and what I mean by that, so uh, there's a saying that it's the most wonderful time of year, but it's not for everyone. Like there are people that are actually going to be celebrating Christmas because of various reasons and the circumstance with people that they don't want to be seen around. Maybe family member they don't like, or people they fell out with, and maybe because of lockdowns, depend of course where you are in the world, you actually sort of almost with no other like foreseeable like option, and you have to spend time with that person, or it just is, it's like that's what you do, you see that person like once a year or whatever, and that's usually where you see them. And from my own experience, I know that this is where arguments usually come as well, right? And I actually want to do something like leave you with actual actionable tips. How you can actually have an amazing holiday season, and also, in case you got triggered, what can you do to actually get yourself back on track? Because admit it or not, you might get triggered by, something someone said over the table, whether they had a lot to drink or not, right? So, first thing I wanted to remember that people operate based on how they see the world. And how they see the world is completely different than how you see the world, right? Even if you have mostly similar opinions and that kind of stuff, right? So first thing to remember is be kind and focus on what is that you want for the holiday period. And the other thing is to set boundaries. Now, the next question you're probably asking yourself, Noi, what do you mean by setting boundaries, and how? Now, before I explain that, it's crucial that I tell you something very important that you have to know. The unconscious mind does not process negative. So if you tell someone to not see a pink elephant, in order not to see a pink elephant, they first need to think of a pink elephant, and then will they see a big elephant, right? So you cannot defy the purpose. So likewise, uh, that is exactly why you need to say it how you want it to be, right? It's crucial because the unconscious mind, and what I said, like doesn't process negatives. It's for everyone, not just for you. Yeah, and yes, you how to set the boundaries. Yeah, it can be simply done by saying to your guests or your family something, find your own language, but like something like maybe like today or this holiday season we are going to have an amazing time together, we are going to experience the love, cheer, festivity, and focusing on those. Yeah, so say to them what is that you want and kind of like envision, like to experience, depending on your language, depending on your family, but like go out there and say that. That is also some kind of it acts a bit like a reframing in a sense. Now notice I did not say anything, let's do not do this, let's da 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 da. Like I literally focus on just saying how you want it to be, and this is absolutely crucial, right? Now, if you happen to have gotten triggered, so I want to give you two tools that you can use. You can use them actually regardless of Christmas, New Year, holiday period. Like they are not like specific for that, but uh, two things you can do. Say you got triggered, when you have like a moment with yourself, like after that, in a different room, in the toilet, doesn't matter. You look up with your eyes like this. Don't move your head up, but look up. Looking up access the visual representation system, which is in plain English like the images one sees in their mind and that come to your mind. So by looking up, because there's no emotion by looking up, you will cease feeling the emotion. Now keep your gaze up like this as long as you need until you come down, and you will. And repeat that as often as you need. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do, and again, this is completely not specific to Christmas, New Year, like even other people, right? You can do that now and prepare yourself powerfully before. I actually recommend that you do that now, and you do that right before. Let me actually put something onto the screen here that will help you out. Um, I'm just like typing it here, so you'll be able to see it on the screen. With me. All right. Okay, you will see that right now. Right. Okay. Remember a time when you felt totally happy? Like you were so happy, like things were going the right way. Remember a time like that, even close your eyes and remember a time you were like smiling, and you were like singing and laughing, whatever it means to you, like being happy, and it's just that experience of happiness and joy in your life. Remember that when you feel it at the peak, press your knuckle, and then after about 5 seconds, release it. That way you anchor that feeling, like you anchor it to a part in your body. In that example, the knuckle. All right, okay. Now, other thing, I want to actually string a few good feel sort of like emotion to that. Remember a time where you felt totally, totally loved. You felt absolutely loved. Like you could feel it. You could feel the butterflies. You felt absolutely loved. You felt, maybe that is adored by someone else. You really felt that. You were like, wow, you end up headspace on like head over heels or whatever you call it. Like you felt that. It's like it feels so good. Remember a time like this. Right, feels good. When you are at the peak, and you see, I even closed my eyes because I had to remember that myself, right? When you are at the peak of it, when you literally feel it and you feel it very strong, when you close your eyes and remember a time you felt totally loved, press your knuckle, the same knuckle you pressed before. Okay. Now let's do another one. Remember a time that you felt totally like, so you were bursting in laughter. Something was so funny. Someone told a joke, or you saw something that was so funny, and you couldn't stop laughing. You were almost like, whether you're actively doing it or like in your mind, or like you're rolling on the floor out. Like it was so funny. Like this kind of like controllable laugh. Like remember that time, and when it's like the most intense, and you're really feeling it. Like then again, press on the same knuckle again and anchor it, and after 5 seconds or so, lift it. Now this is the thing, every time now that you will press that knuckle, it will trigger those. And in that case, we did like stacking of like feeling totally loved, feeling totally happy, feeling totally like rolling on the floor, like laughing. Yeah, this is actually a thing like that I do multiple times a day in the context of getting into motivation, getting myself into the zone, whatever you call it. And I do it multiple times a day, and this is something I set for myself like couple of months ago, and it's still active, and going, and like really it's like just walking like every time now. You can practice it. You could close your eyes, do those. What you need to do at the peak, press your knuckle, and then after 5 seconds or so, you know stop pressing it, then do the next one, like the next emotion, and then you can trigger it like every time. And now in the context of like, if you got upset or something, you can do that. If it's a knuckle, this is the thing is like, of course, like, you know, use your sensory acuity, use your what's going around you, like, because if you put the laughter and, you know, like if you do that, just know that if you anchored laughter and you do that and you sit at the table and your knuckle was down and you press it, like you would actually potentially burst in laughter or like, you know, start laughing or start like, you know, smiling like that. And, you know, just be conscious of that. What you can do, you can do it there if you think that's, you know, working for you, or you can do it afterwards. You can do it like, you know, before, you can do it like right now after this, after you watch this video. You could do it as many times as you want in a day. You know, if you go down about something, you can, you know, go and do that and you feel the love and you will feel the laughter and you will feel the joy and the happiness. Or if you happen to have gotten triggered, you can do that like in your own time, you know, when you go to the room and you go to the bathroom, whatever. So many cool tools that you can actually use now. Now I just want to also say, so other people that are like, you know, we say everyone have like the most like wonderful time of year. Other people that don't frequently have that are people that in need. So one of the organization I'm working with, CBM, Christian Blind Mission, I'm working with the New Zealand branch. I am one of their official supporters. So they sent me this letter. You probably can see 2nd of December. So yeah, just remember like the sort of work I do. I am so, these are people that, you know, maybe not necessarily having the most wonderful time of year, like any point of the year, because they are disabled and they are poor from, you know, poor countries that don't have the resources. So I'm so blessed to have the chance to be able to support them. And 10% of my net income from my business goes to those people. And I support mainly education initiative that equip people with you know, being able to support themselves and stand on their own feet and support their families and that kind of stuff. So it's so cool. I just want that sort of, you know, availability for everyone. And I want you to have an absolutely amazing Christmas and New Year. And don't forget those tips, you know, write them down, go watch that video back as many times as you need. And until the next time, let me know, of course, if you got value, let me know in the comments. Until the next time, I'll see you. It's Noi, Freedom Lifestyle Creation. Ciao.